was just happy for the fact that you was coaching the Sac High Dragons, you know?
Right.
Man, obviously Mr. Toe Drag Swag himself, every time he went up to go fly, he was dunking on people. He would drag his toes right before he'd leap up and dunk on you. It's crazy.
And it's funny because he's the only person that calls me that. He's the only person that calls me that. That's our name. I still like that.
Man, you know what it is, man. The light is too bright, man. I'm too dark in this motherfucker when that bright light is on.
Oh,
it's another
you're
episode
like a black
of
hole. You suck up all the light. Jesus Christ, man. I told you your ass was too black.
Swear to God, man. We need some boxing gloves. Nah, I don't want to fight this nigga.
You don't want to get embarrassed.
Hey, we talked about y'all in the phone booth.
My assistant coach, McGill. You know McGill. Cool Coast Brothers. He carries boxing gloves in his car. So whenever the kids want to squabble, he's like, I got boxing gloves in the car whenever y'all ready. If y'all really got a problem, y'all can't fight in the gym. We got a rule, you can't fight in the gym, but we'll carry some boxing gloves in the car. And if y'all want to get down, we can get down and squabble.
Man, he got the mobile fade.
Hey.
And he's
run it.
That's needed, to be honest with you. But you know what it is, man. I want to thank you so very much for coming on the show. We can't thank you enough, man. And obviously, we twinning today. Your jersey is clean, bruh. Jersey is fly. You see that? You see the gray and purple? You see the gray and purple? You see the purple? Light the beam. Light of the beam. Light of the beam. We clinching this shit. We in the motherfucking offs. Tickets is on sale right now. Get yours while they hot and ready. Call me Little Caesars because we in the fucking palace. Let's go. Let's go. You feel me? Come on. Beam team.
Come on, we in the playoffs.
Beam team.
We waited out.
Yeah. All right, let's get it, man. Sheesh, man. We ain't been to the off since most people graduated high school. You know what I mean? Like, what was that, 06?
You've been in high school.
No, I graduated 05, 04, 05. You know, I graduated in December of 04. I kind of, stepped out early, but, technically class of 05.
Stepped out early.
You went to prep school?
So, no, I did a lot of summer school because I went to a private school.
Why'd you have to do the summer school?
I went to a private school that actually required a lot more credits to graduate than public schools because I started out in the public school. So when I went, I had a lot of credits. So I basically all I needed to do was my like recreationals, like the government econ.
Was reading a subject?
I think so. I do.
Yeah, you missed that class.
I believe they called it English. That was probably one of my worst subjects, but math.
We know.
Math, I'll tell you that. Shit. Yeah, I was rocking with it. But man, we in the motherfucking building with Mr. Coach Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson, who took the Sac High Dragons to the section Joaquin. What was it? Sac Joaquin Valley? Come on, help me correct me.
San Joaquin.
San Joaquin.
There we go.
San Joaquin section.
San Joaquin section.
Let me say this first. I want to thank y'all for having me on the show. You know what I'm saying? Winton's my boy. We've been trying to get me on this show for a while before I won the championship. Before I was a champion, he was trying to get me on. So now I'm a hot commodity. Now I'm just playing. Because I ain't gonna lie. Like I won the championship and everybody's hitting me up like, "Oh Matt, we want you to come here. We want you to do this and I'm just be thinking in my head like, y'all wasn't rocking with me. Y'all wasn't shooting with me in the gym. You know what I mean? Back when I was grinding and working my way up, but my brother was. So I had to make sure I made my rounds and made a stop to y'all. And I appreciate what y'all doing. I rock with y'all. I watch y'all show. You know what I mean? Y'all got a good thing going on here. Y'all keep it real. Y'all got a real good pulse to Sacramento. Like I was saying earlier, like y'all got a good perspective of Sacramento because y'all the strong arm of it, so y'all got a real good pulse and perspective of it. So I appreciate y'all just starting the whole podcast. Like I feel like it's real dope. So I'm happy to be here, man. For real.
Thank you for showing the love, man. Real
Thanks
talk.
for coming on.
But yeah, man, we used to run into each other at the club, and we talk. I was just happy for the fact that you was coaching the Sac High Dragons,
Right.
Obviously I graduated from Sac High, but I did graduate early. I didn't play my senior year with them, but I was playing with them over the summer. Played with ballers, man. Obviously, Mr. Toe Drag Swag himself, every time he went up to go fly, he was dunking on people. He would drag his toes right before he'd leap up and dunk on you. It's crazy.
It's funny because he's the only person that calls me that. He's the only person that calls me that. That's our name. I seen him when he was working at AT&T, and he was like, "Toe Drag Swag." I'm looking around. I'm
telling you.
But all my shoes, they used to peel. Like my tongues would start. I mean, my shoes would start peeling because I used to drag my toe so much, and then my shoes would wear out. But it would be worth it because I'll lose the shoes, but I'll get a body count. You know what I mean? Like, I'll catch a body. So I went through shoes like crazy, but I didn't care because the way I took off was a little bit weird. And I used to slide my foot up, and my other boy told me he's like, you get real low like a cheetah, and you take a step, and you take a step. I slide my foot, and then I just take off. Like, y'all don't know. Like, I don't know if y'all ever seen me play, but I used to be a high flyer. We was talking about it a little bit earlier, but I really was a high flyer. And if we had all the cameras and the YouTubes and the Instagrams, like, I'd be famous right now.
Right.
I done caught so many bodies.
What year was it?
05. I graduated 05.
Okay.
Yeah.
We was a really good team at Sac High. You know, I played with a lot of people, but people know me out on the camera, not to sound cocky or nothing, but people know me on the camera. I done dunked on a lot of my friends. I done dunked on a lot of people.
You probably got people in
the
the audience right now.
Like,
man,
raise your hand out there, put it in the comments below
no,
if I
survived.
dunked on you.
His buddy, boy, Eugene Crockett,
Big Gene.
Kevin Galloway played overseas. You know, don't get me wrong, Darius Logan was there too.
D-Lo, my brother. Shout out to D-Lo, man.
You know,
and I love all the support that he gives us to Sac High too. He's big time, you know, Grammy Award winner, but he still shows love. He just called me the other day. And we talk and we chop it up all the time. Like that's my brother for life, and he's so big time now, but he's so down to earth and real and humble. So I just appreciate everything you do, brother.
Yeah, facts, man, facts. But man, played with some ballers, bro. Like, yeah, and he was dunking on them. Yeah. Checker Fred, I call him Checker Fred. The fact that you played at Sac High, and now you are at Sac High coaching and leading the team that you used to play for is huge. And I mean, let me ask this question because I'm not sure about the timing of everything. When we were there, Coach Swafford was there coaching. Use the glass. The glass is your friend, right?
Yep.
Did you take the mantle from him?
Nah, so Earl took it over, and then he coached it for a few years, and then another coach coached it after me. Yeah, and then I didn't want to coach at first, you know what I'm saying? Because I was raising my kid, we all parents here, you know, I'm raising not all of us, sorry, some of us. But I was raising my son, and I was coaching his team, and I wanted to be involved with him. You know, basketball is something that it was a way for us to bond, so I just wanted to create that bond between me and him. And then his ass going to grow up on me and graduate and become a man and not want to kick it with dad no more. So I got all this free time, you know, so I'm like, what am I going to do in my free time? So then I wanted to that's when I decided to get into coaching. Sac High got the job open. So I applied. I got the job.
But you started at Sierra College, right?
I started at Sierra first. Yeah, it's crazy. My first job coaching was at Sierra College, and then I'm a firm believer of like don't burn no bridges. You know what I mean? Like be good to people, treat people good. I didn't step foot on Sierra College for 10 years. And then I went back up there and said, "Hey, coach, could I?" Because it's the same coach I played for, and I was like, "Hey, coach, could I coach?" He's like, "Hell yeah, you can coach. Come on, Matt." Because I left such a good impression on all those people there. I didn't burn no bridges. Like I kept it. You always want to be real. You want to be genuine. And I believe in like the campfire method. You know, y'all know the campfire method, like leave a place better than you found it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you touch somebody, anytime you come into somebody's presence, you want to leave them better than you found them. You want to try to make them a better person or spark them or inspire them or whatever it is. But you don't want to take from them. You don't want to be a suck. You know what I mean? Like even right now, I come to y'all show and I don't want to make y'all show worse. I'm not here to suck or take or drain y'all. I'm here to help and uplift, and hopefully I can get y'all a few more followers or a few more views or inspire somebody in y'all audience or inspire one of y'all or just whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he cooking.
Like,
he cooking. He cooking right now.
Look, they got the drink on me, so y'all getting a different version, man. Y'all getting Natty Ice.
Is that like when it comes to like you said Sierra College first, right? And then Sac High? Was that a drop in pay grade, or if you don't mind me asking, is it like?
Well, I'll let you know. I ain't mind. Like I said, I'm an open book. So it's funny because, like, I went to my college coach and I said, I want to coach here. And he said, well, my roster's already full. My coaching staff's already full. We don't have no room for you. And I said, I'll volunteer. I'll do it for free. Like, I already had my business. I was making 6 figures a year. Like, I didn't need the money. I'm not in coaching for the money. Really ain't no – if you're in coaching for the money, you in the wrong profession. Go get another job. You can make a lot more money somewhere else. There ain't a lot of money in coaching.
That's true.
Like, so people that are really love coaching, you got to be in it for the right reasons. So I told Fasano up at Sierra College, like, I'll do it for free. I'll coach. How you gonna turn that down?
That's what's up.
Like all the pedigree and former player and overseas and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And I want to coach for free to help the boys out. But I ain't gonna lie. Like I got my money's worth. He got his money's worth because I came and helped the program. Like them boys love me. I still talk to them to this day. They hit me up all the time. Like because coaching's like that shit's really like having a family
A bond.
And yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm good at that. I'm good at bonding with people. I'm a people person. So, and when you keep it real with people can feel your energy. They can feel if you're genuine, or they can feel if you're really out here just bullshitting and just talking to shit. You know what I mean? But if you keep it real, people respect that. And then they look at you a little different. But then also, I talk and keep it real, but I walk and keep it real too. So it's hard to knock me. Like, my ground is real solid. Yeah, my ground is real solid. So the kids respect me, but I learned a lot from them, because it's like I didn't have a lot of coaching experience. I didn't know what it took to run a team. I didn't know what it took to manage a team. I didn't understand all the egos, all the personalities, all the ups and downs that it took, the grind of a whole season. Like, the season is hella long. You know what I'm saying? And teams fall apart, and that shit is like, it's grueling. And there's a reason why, because sometimes it's like, oh, coaches don't really do much. You know what I mean? Players do all the work, and players do everything, and sometimes coaches just stand there.
The prep.
Yeah. The prep, and then also like just steering it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to steer the ship, because if you let the kids steer it, you're gonna be derailed.
Oh,
if you let the parents steer it, you're gonna be derailed. So it's my job to steer that ship.
Nowhere near in the aspect of coaching on a level where you're coaching. You actually got men who have opinion and can say and do what they want to. And, if you don't catch them when they're, ramped up, it can turn sideways. I'm dealing with 4-year-olds, and I'm coaching on the field. Let me tell you how hard it is to get them all focused and dialed in. Like, I can understand, like, when the game time is coming, like, it's easy to get lost in. People are watching you. You're nervous, not sure if you're able to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to, like, break a nerve, like, it's hard to coach, man, to keep everybody focused, locked into the practice that we've been doing all week. You've been doing it. You've been doing it all week. Why can't you do it right now?
But see, that's why I can't coach the little kids, because I'm not.
It's different.
Oh, I know.
It's different.
Oh, I know.
It's
because if we
different.
go over it all week, I expect you to get it right, and I'm not hearing nothing else. You know what I mean? That's why
I'm not hearing nothing.
Like, we went over this all week, bro. And it's funny, because if you really watch my games, and they're all on YouTube, and you can watch them, you'll hear me on the sideline. I'd be like, "We went over this all week. What are you doing in the middle of the game? I don't care. I'll yell at you in the middle of the game. I don't care if your little girlfriend's in the stands. I don't care if your mama and your daddy in the stands. I don't care. I'm gonna yell at you. I'm gonna coach the same way I coach, whether they're in the gym or they're not in the gym. That don't bother me at all. Right. I'm gonna be me. It got me through life. It got me here. 35 years old, being me. I'm not gonna change. I don't want to be nobody else. I want to be me.
You know how to fix that. That's what I did when I was coach. That's
to the baseline. Yeah.
Here you go.
Shout out to Coach Carter.
Right.
You were talking about parents getting, things like that. Has it ever been an issue where parents got, like, controversial or?
Hold on. Sorry, you play for Coach Carter?
No. I grew up in Richmond. That was when that happened. When the movie happened. That was 1999. I was in 6th grade at that time that happened. That was at Richmond High. I went to Kennedy High.
Okay.
But people who grew up in Richmond, we kind of look at that movie as two-sided, because they didn't really film it there. Like, there's a lot of stuff they just filmed in L.A. and stuff like that. They didn't really keep it authentic to Richmond. Yeah. So we have our
from it. I feel you.
Right. So when we looking at it, because the time the movie came out, I was in high school at that time when the movie actually came out, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, man, this ain't it. Because you had Ashante in the movie, sound like she from the East Coast. You had what's his name, the Cruz, like he sound like he from the East Coast. I'm like, that's not authentic. That's not how we talk. So it was. But now as an adult, I look at it and I'm like, it's more about the message. Yeah. And the message was about this coach who took academics more seriously and was like, this is the focus of these kids' future, and it's not just basketball, and they need to be students first. And that was the whole part of the message. Right. You know what I mean? But when you in it and you from there, you're like, oh, that ain't it. So that's how that
But
went.
looking back, it's like, that's pretty dope.
The message is, yeah.
And that shit went worldwide. That what I mean? That's Samuel L. Jackson. That's box office.
Ever got confrontational with a parent going crazy from the side, like, put my kid in the game.
So I'm just like I said, like, I try to be so real, you know what I mean? And I build relationships. I'm good at building relationships with the parents. So I talk to all the parents. I talk to, they know me, I know them. You can come talk to me off the court. So I had parents come to me and approach me off the court and all that. But it was one parent during the game.
Oh, here we go.
Like, he was on the sideline and he was like spazzing, and I heard him. I'm coaching, and I heard him he was like, you got to treat everybody the same. And I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? And I'm not even realizing what's going on, but I had just took his boy out, You know what I mean? And then somebody else went in and they were messing up. So and I hear him in the side, and you hear the voice
nagging.
Yeah, and then I looked over at him. He was like, "You got to treat everybody the same." Ooh, and like we're looking at each other, and he talking to me. I look at him, I'm like, "What are you talking about, bro?" And I just in the middle of the game, I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, why? Like, why are you doing this right now?
Right.
Like, is this like?" I'm just giving him that look. Like, you think this is the best way to handle this right now?
Do you ever tell him something real like, "Your son is basura"?
Oh,
Nah.
God.
No, I don't say that. I don't say
Don't
that.
start a fight.
It's too many smartphones out there for that.
Yeah. I yelled at a few parents though. Like I yelled, like parents. It's funny because parents think and it's the same with business. You know what I mean? Like I'm the guy behind the cash register. Like you ain't about to talk to me crazy and reckless. You know what I mean? Like fuck this job.
We know how that is.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm a man and I'm a human being and I'm a person. And it's not that I'm gonna fight you, but I'm going to address your disrespect towards me. You know what I'm saying? At any given cost, at any day, because I don't disrespect you. I don't disrespect your kid. So what makes you think that you can come to me and disrespect me and talk to me sideways and they call me bums and coaching staff bums and just disrespect. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Hold on. Time out.
That's crazy. Look at your record though.
Well, this is before my record. I'm new. You know what I mean? So they call me a bum. It kind of hurt my feelings. I'm like, damn, are we bums? You know what I'm saying? But now we all right. But it's just like it's. But at the end of the day, like I'm so big on respect, and I don't disrespect anybody. I don't disrespect a fly. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you come into my space.
I do.
Hold on.
No, I don't. I don't. Like my mama taught me. Like I don't go out into the world and kill insects. If the insect comes into my house, then now we got a problem because you disrespected me. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
and then, but now use that as a whole like world view.
Like you don't even tell them like
philosophy.
if you
Gotcha.
barbecuing outside and a fly gets on the barbecue, you're not like, "Hey."
But now you coming into my space. Yeah,
Okay.
you bothering me. I'm not going into your like beehive and messing with you.
Hell of an estimate.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't do that with nobody in life.
I think you're gonna have to watch somebody out there messing with a beehive just randomly. Gotta watch them. No, I hear you, man. That's an amazing message. And as far as you're not going out there proactively trying to disrespect people. You're just not gonna accept disrespect from other people that come into your circle.
Exactly.
And obviously, it looks like you've taken that mantra and that ideology with your hoopers, the young hoopers. I want to get to this point because it's such a hot topic right now. It's such a big issue, high profile, and Ja Morant and him in the NBA, and it almost sounds like, based on what we've seen, all the different things, is he's dealing with that identity crisis right now. Who he wants to be,
for sure.
Whether his past or not, we don't know him from a can of paint. But there's an issue there. What advice would you give your young hoopers that you're in charge of and that you're watching, that you're trying to mold, basically, so they don't fall in those same pit holes that he seems to be going in as they enter adulthood?
All right, this is what I'm gonna say. Like, because there's pros and cons to it. There's both sides to the story, right? So whether you agree with him, whether you think he did nothing wrong, because some people say he didn't do nothing wrong, he just living his life, right? Or whether you think it's the other side, he's doing too much and wants to be a gangster. Like, whatever you want to do, like, you don't gotta post everything on social media. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be cool, you want to look cool. You're already Ja Morant. Mm-hmm. Like, you the coolest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you in the NBA, bro. Who you trying to, like,
you ain't even got
the coolest.
You already won.
Like, I be telling my kids, too, like, you already a superstar, bro. You know what I'm saying? You on the basketball team. Like, we had kids make it on Sports Center and Ball is Life and have 2 million views on our post. Like, y'all the shit right now. You don't need to go out here and do extra stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to do the extra. And if you want to do the extra in your home with your friends inside your house.
Right.
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera. You don't need to post everything on the social media. You can be yourself. But, like, even me, like, people don't know what I do behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? I live my life behind the camera. And some of the shit that I do, people will be like, whoa, I didn't know Coach Matt does that. Mm-hmm. But before I was Coach Matt, I was a real person, and I was a man trying to get through life. You know what I'm saying? Grinding through life like everybody else.
Damn,
so now just because I put on this coach hat, now you expect me not to be a real man and a real person? No, I got ups and downs. I got demons. I got flaws. I got everything just like everybody else. You know what I mean? And I'm going to explore my shit. And I'm going to have my ups and downs just like everybody else.
That speaks volumes to even just shit that's going on today. You know, coaches end up speculations because of their own private life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Coach Meyer speculation, just in general, like, you know what I mean? Their private life, you know, gets scrutinized so heavily nowadays. You know what I mean? And they forget that we are still people. You know what I mean? We are still trying. We still need to live our own life. You know what I mean? We still need to relax in some way. Don't get me wrong. He did Donald Trump the girl, grabbed her right in the. You know, but I mean, you know, who knows what that girl was to him? You know what I mean? Who knows, right? Am I crossing? That was a cross reference right there. Knowing what happened recently. Do we touch it? Do we touch on the breaking news on that? No.
We can later.
No.
I was going to ask him about. I was
We're
going
gonna
to
ask about it.
I do have an important question. Are
Later.
you going on? I just want to know his opinion on Deion Sanders. Like,
Okay, hit it.
I just want to know.
Deion Sanders, obviously.
Obviously, HBCU. He was at Jackson State. Did a hell of a job. Did a hell of a job for those boys. But
As a coach.
you know, he pursued bigger aspirations with Colorado, which was a a huge opportunity for him.
Yeah.
And he endured a lot in elevating that institution at Jackson
Did he
State.
sell out?
But
man.
big time.
man.
What would if you was
from a
in
coach?
Deion,
From a
if you
coach?
was in Coach Prime's position, what is Coach Matt Johnson doing?
I mean, from the definition of the word sellout, then yeah, he sold out. You know what I mean? Then, yeah.
okay.
But I love
Really?
Coach Prime. But listen. Like, let's ask Jackson State. Like, would you do it again? Would you do it again? Would you have Coach Prime come in here and do it again, and all the things that he did, and all the greatness?
Would
that he
you do it
brought?
again? I like that.
Yeah, like all the media attention.
Because he
brought,
went
all
through
the
issues, though.
greatness
He went through a
brought.
lot of stuff he
Like-
shouldn't have.
Like, would you do it again? And I bet you the answer is yes, because he brought him to heights that not a lot of other people would bring him to. You know what I mean? And am I mad at him for taking the job? A little bit. Part of me is like, damn, you could have stayed there and built it.
From what aspect do you think he sold out? From like,
Cause he chased the money. Like, you know what I mean? He was comparing himself. He was comparing himself to legendary. Well, not just the money,
Nick
but the big
Sable.
name. Yeah, he was comparing
Sable.
himself to legendary Grambling coaches and coaches who've been in the HBCU for years and grinded for years. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
He came in and took,
Coach Robinson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of
He
them.
came in and took the
HBCU.
program to heights that other people probably will never be able to take the program to. But you didn't do that longevity. You didn't put in that grind. You didn't put in that work.
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, he tenured. He didn't really have a tenure there.
Right.
So I agree, but what he did for the university, all of his money that he put into
Right.
university, I can't knock him for that. You know what I mean? To me, I take my hat off to him because
Facts.
nobody else is doing that. Like, you look at all these big names in the NFL that are Hall of Famers. None of them have stepped down and went to the HBCU.
Right.
I think Eddie George just did.
Yeah, Eddie George.
Eddie
coached
George.
there.
It's a few that. But,
Well, it's a
yeah.
trend now. But
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I think Eddie George was before.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Probably the success part because Deion had a lot of success with his team.
Right.
But do you think that the fact that he paid for the facilities and paid for, a lot
That came
of
out of
those
his
things,
own money. That's the thing.
Which-
And he was
which
losing
is-
money with the robberies.
which is
and-
commendable though. Which is really commendable. Let's not knock that because no one does that. You mentioned that, but was that also a part of the like, hey man, I helped you in more than ways that
That's
no
what I'm
other
saying.
person could have done, and now is my time to say, hey, bye. In an aspect like should people be mad because of that? You came through, you blessed an organization not only with financial stability. You gave him a winning season,
He's
and now
about
people
loyalty.
are talking about it.
No,
and he
that's
said
why.
that.
But I am about loyalty.
Yeah.
But my answer might surprise you because it's the same way. I came into Sac High year one. I put thousands of dollars out of my own pocket into this program. My coaching staff, we put thousands of dollars. Like from the summertime, we're paying for tournaments, we're paying for transportation, we're paying for uniforms, we're paying for food, we're paying for everything out of our own pocket for months and months and months. Because this ain't all like season ain't even started yet,
Right.
so the school's not even involved yet.
It's work.
You know what I mean? But even when the school's involved, we're still buying extra jump gear and uniforms and like we're buying extra stuff out of our own pocket just to keep everything. It takes money to make money or make a program, whatever. Money, whatever. So we spent money out of our own pocket, right? We won a championship. Like, let's say in 5 years, a Division I comes and knocks at my door. Like, would I take it to answer your question? Yeah. I most likely would. Like, that's my goal. That's my dream. That's my aspiration. If I feel like I built Sac High up enough that it's stable and it's in a good situation and it's like we won championships and I feel like I've accomplished enough here. You know what I mean? And I quote unquote paid my dues and
you're leaving it better.
I'm leaving it better than I found it. The campsite.
Which what
Yeah.
Deion did.
Exactly. It's just what Deion did. So, and then ask Sac High, would you take it again? Matt Johnson won you guys 3 championships in 5 years, or whatever the numbers are going to be.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you do it again? And I bet you they would say yes. And then why would you be mad at me for pursuing my dream and chasing what makes me happy, my pursuit of happiness? You know what I mean? That's my path. I'm trying to be happy for me, especially in the world we live in with all the mental health and depression and all this stuff. And if a man's trying to go be happy, let that man be happy. I'm not hurting nobody. I didn't hurt nobody by leaving. You know what I'm saying? I've left this program better than I found it.
Aren't you doing something right now as far as raising money for the locker rooms at Sac High?
Yeah.
Aren't you trying to make it a better place for these guys to be able to at least bring their gear in? And
Oh, they stealing?
Nah, our locker room. Look, I don't know. Like, you got to look at the video. You got to look at our locker room. Our locker rooms are bad.
Yeah.
Like, our facilities are bad, and I can't speak on it too much because people get mad at me for speaking on it. But it's the same locker rooms when we played 20
That's
years
bad,
ago,
then.
15 years
I don't
ago.
give that's bad. If it's
Like,
if it's 20 years ago, it's bad.
it's bad. And
Period.
20 years ago, it was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they get mad at me for bringing awareness to it. And I'm already probably speaking too much, but whatever. I'll get in trouble. We did the GoFundMe, and we're still going, and we're trying to raise money for it. It's a lot of red tape. It's a lot of politics and bureaucratic BS that you got to jump through. But at the end of the day, we have a good cause, and our cause is to help the boys. So I'm here to help the boys. And if anybody's upset at me for trying to help the boys, then what side are you on? You know what I mean?
I feel you on that part, especially when it comes to school facilities, public school facilities.
Yeah.
And
But
things
we're not
like
a public school. That's the thing. Is we're not a public school, so that's where all the red tape gets into, and it's
So
all
who's-
over my head.
so
Because
who's
you're not
funding
public.
Who's funding it?
Yeah.
Well, St. Hope is a private organization,
Got
and Sac High belongs to Sacramento Unified School District,
they
which
can
is
be
a public organization. So it's a private organization going against a public organization. Who pays for the money? Who funds it? If we spend money to get the locker room redone, and then Sacramento takes the facility back, like let's say we put $5 million in the facility to get everything redone, state of the art, blah 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 blah, right? And then Sacramento takes the school back. They're taking our $5 million investment back, and the private institution doesn't get their money back.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I don't know the details of it, but I believe it's like year to year or 5 years or 10 years, but it's a contract thing. You see what I'm saying?
So they can make their money back.
So
like, it's just okay. Oh, let me put it in terms that I understand. You're a renter. You're renting a house, and you want to put in new flooring, and you want to redo your kitchen. You want to remodel your kitchen out of your own pocket for $10,000. Yeah, you want to invest in your own property, and the owner, after you invest in the property, the owner says, "I'm going to sell the property." You don't get your $10,000 back that you put into the kitchen.
No, they get
now
it.
just updated his kitchen for him, and now he's going to make that profit off of it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the
Got
same thing going on with the thing. So it's like, where does the money come from? And I said, hey, we'll raise the money. We'll do it. Now what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? So
Like some schools don't really have the luxury also of, because you see some schools, they get an update or upgrade based on the alumni or the students that left there. So I know, for example, just for my school where I grew up in Richmond at Kennedy High, DeMarco Farr, who's an NFL football player, he went to Kennedy High in Richmond, and I remember he put some money in there to get a new sign and build up a little bit of the field and that type of thing. But not every school. Willie McGee was a baseball player, did it in my middle school out there.
Yeah.
But not every school has that. You know what I mean? Not every school has that one, athlete or someone, a business person, someone that went to that school and is willing to give back. Not just went and graduated, but also just willing to give back.
Well,
and not everybody has that luxury sometimes. And I think in your situation, it obviously the dynamic seems a little bit more complicated than most public schools have to deal with.
And I might be doing things the wrong way, and I apologize if I'm doing things the wrong way. I'm coming from a good place, and I was always taught when you're coming from a good place and your intentions are pure, then you can't really go wrong. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm coming from. So if I'm taking the steps the wrong way, then I apologize. But to answer your question is, like, we won the championship my first year. Like, I'm already a man in Sacramento. I'm from Sacramento, born and raised. I'm good in every hood. Like, I don't have enemies. Like, nobody. I don't owe anybody money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's like they gave me this job, and I got so much support, and we won the championship, and people are literally hitting me up like the Darius Logans of the world and people who are the Kevin Galloways of the world, and they say, we want to help your program. How can we help your program? We don't have a booster club. You know what I mean? We don't have places where the boosters can go and donate money to help the facilities. So then I'm like, okay, let's start a GoFundMe. You know what I mean? Like, I need somewhere to put this when people are asking me, and that was my whole intention. It's like I wanted to strike while the iron was hot. We just won the championship. People are hitting me up like, I want to help. I want to be a part, because people like success. People want to be a part of success, and we're gonna be successful for the next few years. I feel like as long as I'm there, we're gonna be successful, because that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's my focus in life. And whatever you focus, and whatever you work, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you put wherever you pay your dues, wherever you water your grass, that's where your grass is gonna be green, and it ain't no secret to it. You know what I mean? So. I'm watering my grass at Sac High right now, and that shit's gonna blossom.
I ain't had to water my grass. I ain't had to water mine, man. That rain gave me enough water.
Look, you're right. All this rain we got out here.
I was like, damn.
So my question is, what does their football field look like?
The worst in Sacramento.
Is it?
Worst in Sacramento. And listen, okay, I can't talk about it too much, but I'm gonna talk about it because we here. It's about that night.
It's about the night.
About the night.
But
too serious.
so I don't know where the money came from. It might have came from that lottery. I don't know. The lotto, when they won the lotto. But every school in Sacramento gets a brand new football field.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Every
school in Sacramento gets a brand new turf, state-of-the-art football field. They're nice.
Yeah,
They're
Luther Burbank just down the street.
Every school in Sacramento, every single school in Sacramento, except Sac High, because we're a private institution. So Sac High already had the worst field in Sacramento. So now you upgrading. We don't even got a stadium. So now you upgrading everybody else and then leaving us out here to the side, because you know what I mean. I'm like, y'all could have gave us a new field too.
That's just a financial red tape issue, like just because of that.
I think it's a bureaucratic thing.
Go.
Like, oh, you guys aren't in our jurisdiction type of thing. But
And
I
then
like
pretty much nothing gets done.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not big on that. Like I'm big on, okay, we can live in the gray area because I do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what's right. There's kids that live in this neighborhood that deserve
Something
better
good.
field. Yeah, right.
So I don't care if this neighborhood doesn't fall in your little box. It's cliche. I'll be cliche. Anything great you're trying to do, you're gonna get some backlash. You're gonna get some pushback. It's gonna be hard. Swafford taught us that. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be a champion, like you got to work hard. If it was easy, everybody would be a champion. You see what I'm saying? Like you got to work. You got to grind. So. We want to get nice things. We got to work for our nice things. I ain't never got nothing. I ain't never had a handout in my life. I don't even know what a handout looks like. You know what I mean? I know what hard work looks like. I know what paying your dues looks like. I know what dedication and loyalty looks like. I don't know what a handout looks like. You see what I mean? So do I expect this to be easy? Nope. But are we gonna get it done? Yep. You see what I'm saying? Like, like that's how I look at it.
Yeah, leave your legacy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, it look like you and your organization and your whole staff, man, looks like y'all on the right path.
Facts.
For sure, and putting on for the city of Sac.
Buzzing for the city of Sac, man.
That's cool, man. A good synergy for y'all is, even though I'm not a Kings fan, Lakers fan, but I do like the fact that like y'all just won the championship, y'all just had so much success, and now the Kings are able to celebrate right now for the city being playoff bound for almost 20 years.
Right.
That's pretty dope. Like,
Man, anyways, I will speak real briefly on Cool Code, guest of our show.
Yeah.
He was on the earlier episodes. Definitely check out Cool Code's episode, Pink Nipples. We obviously all went to school together. And I noticed last year he was coaching with you. Was it kind of the similar situation when you went to Sierra College and, you volunteered for coaching? Did Cool Code volunteer with you?
Oh, no, he got paid.
Oh, that's what's up.
I made sure all my coaches got paid.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey,
I'm
man,
a
take
businessman
care
at
of
the
the
end of
family.
the day. Right.
Yeah.
They all got paid.
That's what's up. But now I see he's doing his own thing with AAU.
Yeah. Well, Cool Code, what's funny is like Cool Code's my brother. And he's my best friend since like the second grade. And a lot of people don't know that because we act so different. Like I'm square, I'm corny. I'm in the house.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. But all my friends are a little bit like, it's so funny because like I would be doing my real estate and I'd be putting on suit and ties and being a businessman, and Cool Code was doing his party promoting, so he'll be out there throwing parties and everything. But we would hang out together all day, even though we live separate lives. And that's really like my best friend. That's like my rock. Even his big brother Miguel, them is like my boys.
Light skin, dark skin.
Yeah.
Like come together.
Right.
Exactly. And that's the best combo.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Light and dark get mid skin.
Yeah. So now we just rock together my whole life, and he really supports me. He rocks with me. Like he brings a lot. Like I just said the other day, he brings a lot to the table. And I don't know how I get through life without my bros. You know what I mean? Especially like Cool Code. He one of the main ones. But it's not just him. It's like all my bros. Like like I'm a single guy. You know, I don't got a wife. I don't got all that to lean on. So I tend to lean on my bros, and they be there for me. We like my teammates. You know what I mean? Right. And we all rock together, support each other, uplift each other. We just trying to make sure. We just trying to see everybody doing better. And at the
you
end
hear
of the
that,
day,
lady? He's single.
Oh, you stupid.
Act right.
Oh, no, all the Sacramento women already know me. They don't want no part of me. I got to go like to the Bay Area or like down to Texas. I need to take a trip out to Texas.
Nigga had to skip 2 states.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It can't be Arizona. Can't be Nevada. Yeah. I got a bad. I'll say this.
That terrain's been too diverse.
I know.
No, I'll say this. Like, I have a good reputation everywhere in Sacramento except for when it comes with women. Like, you'll never hear anybody say a bad thing about me. Like, nobody will say a bad thing about Matt Johnson. Nobody will say a bad thing about Matt Johnson.
Johnson's too big.
But go talk to one of my exes and they'll be like, fuck Matt Johnson. He ain't shit. And then people will be looking like, what? Right, yeah.
We got an audience out there in Russia, so if y'all trying to fuck with
Matt
Johnson, holla at you.
Well,
the machine.
The machine.
I will take him light skin.
Fucking guy. So I was gonna say we was with Cool Code. God damn it! I know Cool Code was promoting and stuff. Like you mentioned, your real estate. He's promoting different spectrums, right?
Right.
But you guys always met up, man. So let's we about the night, man. So I want to know where were your spots at out here in Sacramento, man? Where was you mostly rocking?
Well, me and Cole, we call ourselves the dynamic duo, and that's what's funny because I be out like I see the coach Matt. He be out in the nightlife. I like to go out. I'm still a young man, but this is what I wanted to say too, and this is kind of like one of the main reasons why I wanted to come on the show is because when I go out and I party and y'all see me outside having a good time, like y'all see me in there.
I've seen you come.
Yeah, you see me out there. I be having a good time. I like to enjoy myself. I like to enjoy life, and this is how I look at it. It's like I wasn't 18 years old going out partying, 19, 20, 21. Like, I had my son when I was 15. I had my daughter when I was 17, so I never partied. Like, I was raising my family. I was taking care of my responsibilities. I was doing the things I was supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Damn,
so
you was in high school at that age.
Yeah, I graduated Sac High with 2 kids.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, and I raised my kids, and I took care of my kids like they whole lives.
Respectable kids, by the way. I got a story about that. We was talking. Ran into him randomly at the bowling alley. Was I introduced myself like, man, I always see you on his IG. You don't know me. I'm sorry for being that weird guy, but hey, I love what you're doing. Your son was playing basketball. I know your daughter just graduated here recently. I keep ups with my, with the peeps. You know what I mean? And man, when I seen him, like, how you never know how kids are gonna act outside of being home without your parents.
Right.
Respectable kids, man. Respectable. Like, just, he could have been like, man, fuck you, old ass, weird ass dude. Get the fuck up out of here. Respectable. Both of them. Both of them.
And ultimately, like, that's my kids are my legacy. You know what I mean? And we all did a good job of raising them. And like I just say, what we talked about earlier is like, whether my kids do whatever they do in life, like they got good hearts, they got good minds, they got good spirits, they got good energies. Like they're here to make the world a better place. They're not here to hurt people. And so at the end of the day, like I'm happy with whatever they do in life. Keep being the man you are. Keep having that good heart. You know what I mean? And keep bringing that positivity into the world. And he is, like you said. So I hear interactions like that all the time. Their teachers come up to me. Everybody comes up to me and says, "Man, you're doing a good job with these kids." And when a lot of people start telling you things, you tend to believe it now. Like I am doing something right with these kids.
Right. But you had them early, so you didn't get to really party and club.
So to finish what I was saying, like I didn't get a party, I didn't get to go out. I
making it up now.
Yeah. Fast forward, my kids is grown now. My kids is grown. People ask me, "Do you got kids?" I'm like, "No, I don't got kids. I got a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old. I don't got kids.
I got adults."
Yeah, I got kids.
Hold on, your son's almost gonna be able to like go with you.
Well, damn near, yeah. But he in a relationship. Keep being good, son. He working and going to college and keep being good, son. You don't want to party with your dad because this is what I was gonna say though. So when y'all see me out, like I'm out enjoying myself. I'm out enjoying my life. You know, I never got a party when I was younger. So now that and my friends be talking about like, oh, you're 35 years old in the club. What you still going to in the club? Because I didn't go when I was 18. I didn't go when I was 19. Leave me alone.
Responsible.
Like, you walk your own path. I'm walking my bills are paid. I got my house. I got my car. My kids is eating and feeding and doing. Let me come out here and have a drink with my friends.
Right.
And enjoy the nightlife. Enjoy the scenery.
Right.
And then, like, every time I go out, I ain't never had a problem. I ain't never had a problem with nobody in the club except for one time. Like, a dude put his hands on my sister. He punched my sister right in front of me. I had to take him down. I had to take him down.
Wait. Hold on. We got to talk about what was the venue?
My headphone said what?
Where was this at?
We was in, well, I kind of blacked out. You know what I mean? But we was in D30. And then my sister, you know my sister Tucci. Shout out to Tooch.
Shout out.
We was in D30, and then I seen her, like, I was on the side, and then she was in a little booth, and then she went to the bar to get a drink, and then the dude, like, bumped into her, and then she bumped into him, and they was talking, and my sister, she ain't gonna back down. She could have just been like, oh, my bad, but she ain't gonna say my bad. So the dude was talking shit. She was talking shit. Long story short, she throws his drink on him, and then he throws his drink on her, and then my sister slaps him, and then last thing I seen is he raised his hand, and that's the last thing I seen. Because at the time, I was already walking over because I seen the confrontation happening because I'm on the other side. So I seen the confrontation happening. So I'm already walking over to my sister to, like, de-escalate the situation. She throws his drink, so now I'm speeding up. He throws the drink, and then my sister hits him. I'm like, oh, shit. And then the dude hits my sister, and I just blacked out. Like, hit, bro. Now I was on top of him. Red. I was like, why you gonna hit that's my sister, bro? I was like choking him and shit. And I'm not even a fighter. I'm not even a fighter. But I was choking him.
Tonight's the night.
I'm like,
tonight's the night.
Like, that's my sister, bro. And then this is the funny part is one of y'all grabbed me. Yeah. One of y'all grabbed me, hit me up.
What year was this?
Shit. This is probably a couple years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. It was at D30.
Yeah,
that was us.
Right. Look, like one of y'all, that's what I'm saying. It looked familiar. One of y'all looked familiar. And we're going to have a conversation right now. Because, look, y'all hit me up and y'all walking me out. But y'all not hemming him up. So he runs up and snakes me. While y'all got my hands behind my back. He was, wow.
Him right here.
No, it's not me.
It looked like you, bro.
Was there another fight going on at that same time that happened?
Yeah, there was.
Bro,
Yeah.
I think that was...
Was that it?
We'll talk later. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
We're
gonna have to recollect.
But look, bruh snaked me. Bah, I got a good shot. And I was like, oh, and I'm trying to let loose, like, let me loose. And y'all got me hemmed up good. Like, I'm the culprit. You know what I mean? Like, y'all letting him.
You was winning.
Yeah, I was on top of it, right.
So
we had
to get the aggressor.
Right. I was the instigator. Look, I know the terminology. And then we went outside, and y'all just threw us both outside. So he's outside with all his partners, and they were like, oh, I'm going to knock him the fuck out. And we standing, like, right here. And I'm here solo just chilling. And I'm like, and he's like, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. And y'all just left. Y'all threw me outside. Y'all threw him outside. Y'all just went inside. Because there was another fight going on, and y'all had to go and do all that shit. But then my boys came running out, and then it was all good.
That sound like D30.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
Back then.
I was going to say, that was D30 back then. D30 is a cool vibe now, and I enjoy it.
Now I see, like, yeah, when we was there, bro, it was fight or flight. Bro, if you didn't like confrontation, you shouldn't work there. Not as security, you shouldn't.
Well, as the bouncer.
We had a fight every night. Every night.
It was
every night.
Y'all got different perspectives, though.
I broke up. Ooh, we broke up so many fights.
But let me say this. And that's what I was going to say, like, I don't never have no problems when I go out. Like if you're in a bad mood, stay your ass at home. If you broke, stay your ass at home. Like,
but they can't do it. They can't help it.
I go out when I have a good time, and that's why when people see me, like, man, you always have a good time. Yeah, because when I'm in a bad mood, I keep my ass at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm out here to have a good time. I go out to celebrate life. I go out to enjoy myself and stop ruining my nights, man, with y'all petty fights. That's what I'm saying.
Or worse than that.
Tell a quick story since we're on
worse than that.
People start doing the extra.
That's I don't even understand because
I'm gonna tell a quick story about that because it was a little rowdy back then. There was this known guy. I'm not even gonna say his name. He was known. Club's over with. Everybody's out of the club. So everybody's out of the club. What did we do when everybody's kicked out of the club at the end of the night? You take your what? You take your break, right?
Yeah.
You take your break because that's the only time you take a break. You don't take it throughout the whole
shit.
At the end. Right.
Either the beginning or the end.
At the end of the night, everybody's pushed out, doors closed. I take my break. I clocked out. I sit down. I'm on my phone, and then somebody walks in, like somebody forgot to lock the door. And the dude who walks in, he known to pow in front of the club, you know. He's known for that, you know what I mean? I'm saying his name right now without saying his name. If you know, you know. But he walks in the club with his girl, and his girl, he's like, hey, man, you know, my girl's finna use the bathroom. And then another security guard walks from the back, and he's all like, nah, we're closed. You ain't gonna use, nobody's doing nothing in here. He came a little kind of hostile, you know what I mean? And then he came back, was like, man, let the fucking bitch use the bathroom before I shoot this bitch up. You know who the fuck you talking to? And I'm sitting here like,
I remember this
nigga wins like, I'm on break.
I know he's.
I'm clocked out.
Oh shit! But nah, for real, that was the look I had, and he looked at me like, "You ain't." I was like, "Man, let the bitch use the bathroom, man. I don't give a shit."
Right.
You know what I mean? But nah,
I'm over
man.
here playing.
But he
Candy
still
Crush.
kept going after that, though, didn't he?
He was talking
So
a little
yeah.
bit, but you know, after I said let her use the bathroom, he was just, you know, yeah, y'all over here tripping on me every time. Y'all know who I am.
They were over at Pizza Rock and all that.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Man, shit. Man, the shit we used to see back in the day.
K
man.
Street stories, boy.
God damn, man. Anyways, man, what's your spot, man? Where you headed to, man, if you going out?
Well, shit, back in the day, it always moves and it always migrates, you know, throughout the years. Recently, it was London. I really liked the London.
That's why I see you.
Yeah, I
come
used to
through.
be up there. They show me so much love. Shout out to my boy Banks, you know, Fly Guy Banks.
Shout
Ryan
out to Banks. We had Banks
yes.
on.
Yeah.
The only bank that's not going under now.
Yeah, he be showing me too. He be showing me a lot of love.
These
That's
Banks
my brother.
is falling right now.
But I just migrate to the vibes. Like, I'm real big on vibes. Wherever I feel good vibes at, that's where I continue to go. It was D30. Not D30. Sorry, it was Dive Bar. I've been going to Dive Bar just because I'm not with the club scene. I just like the bars more so to chill. Yeah, just to chill.
You can hear yourself talk.
Exactly. Because and also I hate going to the clubs and they're like, I'm 21. Like,
Oh my god!
I got an age limit.
Jesus.
You know what I
Too
mean?
young,
Like,
too
my son is
young.
19, my daughter, you know what I mean? I got an age limit. Like I said, I like the vibes, and then it's cool. I go to Dive Bar right now. I be at D30 a little bit, just right there on K Street. I don't even go out too much anymore. I just be at the bars a little bit, chilling, drinking, celebrating. Like, we'll go win a ball game. I'll go out to the bar, have some drinks with my coaches, and then go home. I haven't clubbed.
That's a safe way to do it.
Yeah, I haven't clubbed
Especially
in a
right
while.
now. Yeah.
And I'm big on pool. So I just like going and shooting pool, and I like to talk shit. People think they're good, and I'm actually real good in pool. I used to have a pool table in my house, and I got trick shots, and then people think I'm like drunk. They're like, oh, look, he's the drunk guy. Let's take advantage of it. And then it's funny because you see me drunk. Like, my boys, when I get drunk, they call me a drunk white girl. They say I act like a drunk white girl. So I'd be like, I'll be talking and falling over and doing all that. But I think I'm Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm sloppy drunk, but I got it all together.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Because I be stumbling like, oh, hey. But really, I know what's going on.
He be taking these cats' money.
Where's the rum?
They think they playing me, but the whole time I'm playing them. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? It's a long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So that's how I look at it. But yeah, I'm getting too deep. I'm saying too much. I'm exposing myself.
Nah, you good.
It's
about the night, bro.
Hey, you want another drink? Hey, Safar, man. Hey, bring that poo-poo platter out here, man. Bring that poo-poo platter.
Bitch ass.
And a Hennessy. I ain't add the bitch ass part. That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
That's hella disrespectful.
The poo-poo platter, though. The poo-poo platter. The poo-poo platter, man. I need that poo-poo platter.
But I will say this too, because Sacramento nightlife is changing, man, and it's getting real nice, and we doing a lot of positive things. Like, I like Tiger too. Tiger's doing a real good thing, and then just with the arena going on, like, every bar should be like popping and having good vibes and just rocking with what we got going on in Sacramento. Like, we really building something here, so everybody hop on the wave. You know what I mean? Stop trying to fight it. Stop trying to, hop on the wave. Let's have good vibes. Let's grow the city. Let's grow everything. And let's have a good time.
Lead them polls at home.
I was just out there at Tiger this weekend. They had a little cool vibe with session where they played music. You know, they had a trumpet, saxophone, people on the keys, the drums.
And got indicted?
What, bro?
I thought you said Trump.
Indicted?
Sorry, my bad.
Bro.
Fuck.
One and only. We'll get into that. But no, man, it was a straight up vibe at Tiger this week. So shout outs to them. like I mentioned, we've been trying to do our best to really get around town and hit all these little niches and corners as far as like the nightlife in Sacramento. Because as you said it, we are turning a leaf out here in Sacramento. There's buildings being raised. We got buildings now. We got arenas now. Yep. It looks good out here, and people want to know where to go. And so we try to really keep you guys tuned in. We are almost done with part 2 of nightlife in Sacramento. We got like a few more cracks and crevices, and then we can start working on part 3. But man, like I didn't really know how many locations we really had out here until we started really starting to hit in all these clubs just to see what they really all have to offer. It's crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Like my boy, they would hit me up and be like, "Oh, Matt, come meet us at this bar," and I'll go there, and I'll be having good vibes anywhere I go. You know what I mean? I can have a good time anywhere I'm at. Some of these bars, they be low key, they be these little hole in the wall spots, but they be good ass vibes, like good ass vibes.
Man, just like, kicking it, man. It's like that's what it is. That's what it's about, man. Get your beak wet and get home safe.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest thing is just getting home safe, because right now in some areas it's getting a little bit harder to do that. Yeah. Like I just had that situation. One of my last nights I was doing, because I don't really do the entertainment side no more. And one of my last nights at a spot, and it kind of started getting blasted on the internet about a situation with a robbery and all that, and I was standing right there, seeing the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm standing there looking at it, and I'm like, really about to do this.
See, and y'all got a crazy perspective, because y'all got to stay right there. Because me, when I see the vibes start popping off or getting weird, I just leave. Or if I see too many gangsters walking in, you know what I mean? Like, I know where you from, and I know where you from, and I know, like, I go out for I go out for the ladies, and I go out for my boys and have a good time. You know what I mean? If it's getting sideways, I just excuse myself, but y'all got to stay. You know what I mean? It's like, more power to y'all, brothers.
It's a balance, but at the same time, you have that, because we're the main ones on the scene that's not really drinking like that. Right. So we kind of focus, but sometimes you get numb to this. Like I get to the point where it's like most people would be like oh my God, like they would be tripping. Like if they saw something like that,
like a fight or shooting.
No, a fight or anyone that someone shows a gun or something like that. Everybody would like flip out. Yeah, and I'm standing there, and I'm just like, bro, this is normal, but that's not good.
Right? No,
that's normal, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I guess my mind already goes a mile a minute as far as where this is going. I'm already thinking like, that person's gonna go, that person got a family, they agree. I mean, this is what I'm processing because I see it happening
real time, just
like that. And in this case, that just happened, about a week and a half ago. Luckily, that didn't happen. Yeah. But it's like Sacramento seems to have been gotten closer and closer with those type of things. I was right in the middle of that whole K Street situation. Yeah. Obviously we talked about, rest in peace to Greg, and everything. So like this is, I feel like as much as I feel like the trajectory of the city is going in the right direction, especially positivity as far as financially and getting more people, more eyes, where if you get more attention, you go get more money, which you're going to get more prosperity. I also see a darker side to it that,
bringing a lot
unfortunately of trouble. It's gonna bring it down, and hopefully the positive is gonna outweigh the negative.
Right. And I'm not with none of the street politics. Like I know everybody from everywhere. Like I grew up in the foster family. You know what I mean? So this week I'm living in the East. Next week I'm living in the South. Next week I'm living in West Sac. Next week I'm living out in Carmichael. You know what I mean? And I'm meeting people. I play basketball, so I'm meeting people everywhere. So I know everybody in damn near every hood, and I don't got no problems with nobody. But all that politics in Sacramento, like I love to talk to those guys one-on-one every time I get a chance to talk to them and just be like, what's the point of it? You know what I mean? Like life is bigger than what y'all got going on. Sacramento, what we got going on is bigger. Your kids is bigger. We all old now, and damn near everybody got kids. I'd be like, your kids is bigger than this. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of pushing that same message that's been being pushed in Sacramento for years and years? And y'all know what I'm talking about with the politics. You know what I mean? And they keep pushing that same message over and over and over again. I don't care where you from. And nobody should care where you from. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care where you
Zimbabwe.
From. You a good person, then you cool.
Antarctica.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how it should be. But Sacramento got real bad with the politics, and then, like you said, the nightlife's getting worse and worse and worse, and
it's hurting the businesses.
Yeah, like it's hurting a lot. It's hurting a lot.
There's already a bad I look at it like this. The one thing it's a stigma, but it's some of the venues, a good amount of the venues, they already operate with they look at a particular group and try to isolate it or ostracize them out. Yep. That's before all this was going on.
Sacramento good for that too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was before all this was going on. And then now when this happens, it's now magnified. Now they got the teeth. Now they justify it and saying, see? And it's like, I don't want that. Like that's the struggle that I see, and that's the downside to the whole thing. Because we see it up front. Yeah. And I see exactly what they're talking about, and especially from a security perspective, and we're supposed to enforce X, Y, and Z. Most don't even agree with it. Most don't. And but we understand that it's like we see both sides.
Right.
When we have these conversations, we can see them like.
But my whole thing, like you said it best, like why give them a reason? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
why
that's the
give
point.
them a reason to hate?
It makes it worse. It makes it even worse. It's like this is hurting.
Giving them a reason,
right?
We can show and I know what you mean. Like I'll show up to a venue and I'll wear a suit with my real estate buddies. They let us right in. Next week I show up with my boys and we standing outside. You know what I mean? Can't get in. Like what?
Unless you with Cool Code.
Right,
you gonna get in.
Get in everywhere.
Yeah, you gonna get in.
But
Kuko ain't gonna wait too long.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna wait too long.
That's the guy.
We got him.
But that's all he brings to my friendship. Now let me stop.
Damn,
that's my brother. He a good dude. But that's all he bring to my friendship is get me into the club. Now I made a joke with him about it.
You already know, man. I want to thank you so very much for coming on the show today, dude. Man, this was an amazing show. Straight chill. You kept it 100 with us, man. So I really thank you, and I really appreciate everything that you're doing for the Sacramento Dragons right now. That basketball organization is looking pristine. So thank you so very much. Any last things or any last words you want to give out your handle so people can follow you?
Well, yeah, a couple things. Like I just want to say thank you to you guys for having me on the show, man. This has been a lot of fun. You guys are all dope individuals. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. I do want to take a moment to shout out my brother, my teammate. He just passed away, Teddy Washington. So I want to say a prayer for him and his family, his loved ones. If you guys are watching it, you know what I mean? Just say a prayer for him and his family, his son. I don't want to get into all the details, but the details are coming out, and you guys will hear about him. It's a sad, tragic event. Teddy was our brother, you know what I'm saying? He was a Sacramento son, a son of Sacramento. So everybody like kind of rally around their family because they needed it in a time like this. Other than that, just want to say thank you guys. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's been a lot of fun. And on a positive note, didn't want to bring the vibes down. On a positive note, like I said,
Winton loved it.
Yeah. It's all love.
But other than that, just want to say thank you to you guys, man. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the show. Glad you guys had me on. Had to make my rounds come back around. This has been dope. A lot of good topics we talked about, so I just appreciate it and just want to say thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Well, you guys know what it is, man. You guys can find us every week, man. Make sure you check us out. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Subscribers is going up, man. And we appreciate it. Honestly,
come on, really talk about it.
2,000.
We're about to hit 2,000.
2,000. You know what I mean?
We're like 6 subscribers away from 2,000.
Yeah. What? We've been in a year and a half? I'm going on. Year and a half?
Year and a couple months.
Year and 4 months.
But no, thank you guys so very much for continuing to subscribe to About the Night, man. We promise to keep you tuned in to everything Sacramento. Have a good night.
Beam team.
Beam team. Let's go.